Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In this series of videos we will be talking about AP Precalculus. We will be just talking about some of the concepts and we'll be solving some of the sample questions, and we'll just go from there. Okay. For the pre-calculus, the very basic topic, if you will just pay attention into too many textbooks, and you will see on some other courses as well. The very first thing we'll be talking about in this course is that finding, first of all, the very first topic is that it's called factoring. Okay. So when you're talking about factoring, and mainly we will be talking about today what's the greatest common factor for the given expressions or equations. Let's start with some of the examples that I would like to show you. And in this videos, we will just take the topics from real basic level, and we will just go into deep of the fields of mathematics. So let's start with very easy an example. For instance, the greatest common factor. Let me explain that first of all. What that is, the greatest common factor is the factor that all the members are sharing. That's one of the thing. So, for instance, in this algebraic expression, 3x to the power of, let's say, 5 minus x. So in this expression, we have, first of all, two terms. The terms are separated by addition or subtraction signs, right? In here, we have one subtraction. So we have, this is our first term, okay? This is our second term. In this expression, we have 3x to the power of 5 minus x. So what's common in both of these here terms? It's the x, right? So x is common. So when I factor x out, which is the greatest common factor in both of these terms, so if you will take away x from here, some of the students are getting confused about this. They're saying that, how am I factoring this x is out? So let me tell you. So technically 3x to the power of 5 means you will multiply 5 times x. You would remember this from the exponents. So factoring out x means technically you are taking one of the x away. So how do you do that? If they were all multiplied by dividing. So technically there will be 4x is gonna be left over, and you're just going to put it here 3. 4x, when you multiply 4x by itself, you're just going to receive 3x to the power of 4. So to check whether if you did correct or not, you can just go back and just check from here, because when you distribute this x into the parentheses, x times 3x to the power of 4 should definitely give you 3x to the power of 5. So let's take away. So when you take away x from x, which is let's do that over here, x over x, right? Which gives you 1. So you're going to put 1 in here. So 3x to the power of 4. 3x to the power of 4 minus 1 will give you your answer for this expression. Okay. In this part of the video, I'm going to ask you another example. If you like, you can just go ahead and pause the video and try to solve it on your own. We will try some other examples. Let's say in this case, let's do not use x as a variable, let's use y. So we have 5y to the power of 3 minus 2y squared minus 4y. When you simplify this, what's the greatest common factor of all of these terms? You can pause the video if you like here and try to give it a try. You can just give it a try to find out what the answer is. Let me also talk about here again how many terms are there. 1, this is our second term, and this is our third term in this expression. Again, the terms are separated by this subtraction signs, negative signs, okay? So we have 3 terms. What's common? For instance, 2 and 4, you can say the second and the third term, they have 2 in common, but they have to have all common, this 2 factor. Do we have 2 factor in the term number 1? No, unfortunately 5 doesn't have any 2 factors in it. So then let's focus on the variable y. Y cubed, y squared, and y. The greatest common factor of all of that is y. If you will again take y out of here, technically you're dividing 5y cubed by y, which gives you 5y squared minus 2y, right, minus 4. So this will be your answer for this expression. Okay, let's continue. I'll give you a couple of more questions, examples, then I will solve the question that's coming on our whiteboard. Let's say, what if you have 17x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x? Find the greatest common factor and factor out this expression, please. Again, if you like, you can pause the video here and give it a try by yourself. Okay, let's check how many terms there are in here. Again, we have 1, 2, and 3 terms. What's common in all of them again? Here, x. When you look at the exponents, this is the x to the power 1, this is second, and the third. So we'll just get the x. When you look at the coefficient is the number in front of the variable. The coefficient in the first term is 17, and the second term is 2, and the last term is negative 5. So we will take the x out. So what are we gonna left with here? 17x squared plus 2x minus 5. Okay, this is how you factor this out. Let's move on a little more to down here. We have now another example. Let's give it a try. Try to solve it on your own. 23 x to the power of 4 minus 15x cubed plus 2x squared minus 7x. What is this expression is equal to? Again, when we check how many terms there are, I will just keep asking this until you get used to the terms. 1, 2, 3, and there are 4 terms. And the coefficients are 23, 15, 2, and negative 7. They don't have any common. But the variables that they do. x to the power of 4, x to the power of 3, x squared, and x. So x is common in all of these. We'll just put the x in here. 23 to the x to the power of 3 minus 15x squared plus 2x minus 7. This is your final answer. Okay, so I believe you are getting the point, but let me see. I will just provide some more examples in this part of the video. Okay, what about this one? If I would ask 16x squared and not squared, x to the power of 6, let's make it, plus 5x to the power of 4 plus 2x squared. So let's simplify this. Let's factor out the common term in all of these. Again, we have, how many terms are there? There are 3 terms, and x squared is the common one. So over here we have 16x to the power of 4. When you multiply x squared by x to the power of 4, you will end up with x to the power of 6, because when they have a common base, you add the exponents. Remember, 5x squared plus 2 will be your final answer for this one. Let's talk about the other example we have. Let's say 18x cubed plus 9x to the power of 6 plus 3x to the power of 9. What is this equal to? You can pause again the video if you like here and give it a try to do it on your own. Let's solve it. There are 3 terms. And this time, the coefficient r also have something common. Look at them. In the first term, we have 18. Then the second term, we have 9. And the third one, we have 3. They're all multiples of 3. 3 is the greatest common factor of. And when you look at the variables, x cubed, x to the power of 6, and 9, x to the power of 9. So x cubed is the greatest common factor. So we will factor out this time 3x cubed. So when you divide 18 by 3, you get 6. So 6 plus 6 times 3 is also give you 18x cubed, remember? Plus 9 divided by 3 is 3. So I will put 3 in here. X to the power of what? What am I going to put? X to the power of 6 divided by x to the power of 3. 6 minus 3 gives you 3. Plus 3 over 3 is 1. X to the power of 9 over x to the power of 3. Take away 3 from 9. You will end up with x to the power of 6. So this is your answer for this question. Okay. So let's continue. Again, I added 2 more extra examples, but I've been keep pushing them down. Here is another one. 24 x squared y squared is here, plus 18 x to the power of 4 and y to the power of 5, and plus we have 30. Oops, let's make r0 better. 30 x to the power of 5 and y to the power of 3. Let's find the greatest common factor in each terms. 24 in the first term, we have 24. 18 is our second, 18x to the power of 4, and y cubed is the second term, and the last one we have 30 times x to the power of 5 and y cubed. 24, 18, and 30. They have all, what's the greatest common? They have all 2 common. You can also say that they have all 3 in common, but the greatest common one is the 6. And x squared, x to the power of 4, x to the 5th. The x squared is the greatest common. Y squared, y to the 5th, and y cubed, y squared is in common. So 24 divided by 6 is 4. X squared divided by x squared is gone, just gone. And this is just 4 left over here. 18, same thing for y squared, because 18 divided by 6 is 3. X to the power of 4 divided by x squared is x squared. Y to the power of 5 over y squared is y cubed, plus 30 over 6 is 5, x cubed, y will be your answer for this question. So let's continue a little more down here. We have another example. What if you have 2x cubed plus 6x to the power of 4 minus 4x to the power of, oops, let's correct him. Okay, 4x to the power of 5. 2 and x cube are in the common in all, right? So probably you already seen it. 2x cube is in common in both. 1 is left over for the first one, plus what 6 over 2 is 3x minus 4 over 2 is 2. X to the power of 5 over x to the power of 3 is just x squared will be your answer for this one. So far, we just talked about it here, just how to factor the common divisors in the calculus section, pre-calculus section. I was going to solve these factoring questions as well, but let me do that actually one at a time, one in here and one here. So let's go ahead and solve the first one. 4x squared plus 12x minus 4. What's common in all? We have 4 only. We don't have x in the last term. That's why we don't take anything else. X squared plus 3x minus 10 will be your answer for this one. And this one, what's common in all? Look at it. 6, 45, and 21. We have 3 in common all. 2x squared. 45 divided by 3 is 15x. And plus 21 over 3 is 7. This is how you find how you factor the given expressions. This is the kind of introduction to the pre-calculus. We're just gonna keep solving this type of questions, and then we will just go from there, and we will complete the whole curriculum. Thank you for watching our video. Hope to see you around. Have a good one.